Hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work, work, work. Earn more pay. Hard work, work. Hard work. Do it every day. Hard work, work. Get up out of 2:45. Hard work, work. Let me go and earn my pay. Hard work, work. Put boots on and lace them up. Hard work, work. Another day to work. Hard work, work. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work, work. Hard work. I earn my pay. Hard work, work.
Yes, we are building an excited team over here at Impact Media Channel. If you are interested, please drop a comment, hit us with a DM. Don't forget to hit that like and that share button. And now we're off to a new episode of We the Vets podcast. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
All right, so you got myself. I'm one of the co-hosts, Mike P. We got my man Jay from the Parts of Unknown. We got my man Walton down there. You see I'm wearing that crimson today, representing for you, you know. Alabama. And then we got a special guest today, man. My brother, been knowing him for over 30 years. Boy, that's hard to say right there, 30 years. You know, all the way from Bainbridge, Georgia. We got Antonio Wiggum, aka CEO of Outlaw Inc. What's up, my brother?
What's good, man? Peace, 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 man. How everybody doing?
Man, we doing great, man. We doing great, man. We glad to have you on here, man. I've been trying to get you on for a minute. So
that's right.
I'm happy to see you on here, man.
You say it, man. It's my pleasure.
All right, man. So, fella, look, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing kicked off now. Everybody had a full week. Y'all know how we start the show. We start off with our rants. All right. So I'm gonna relinquish everything over to Jay to start off the rant call.
I mean, I think the rant is I can't speak for Antonio, but I think all three of us are in agreement that these gas prices, so we got to do something. We have to do something. This is getting out of hand now. You put a tax break. We thought we was getting a little bit of break. Thought it was gonna calm down, and then I turn around and the price steady creeping back up. So that's where I'm at with it. The rent is still on that gasoline. Walt Dog, what you got?
Man, you got half a tank of gas, man.
You doing better than me. I'm on the quarter tank.
Cut that air down a little bit, man. I figure out how to this summer. I got to piggyback, man. That gas is something else. But what I'm thinking now is, you know, everyone's blaming the president and whoever else they want to blame. They even say that, you know, well, I heard Biden say that the oil companies are kind of price gouging, and when he released some of the oil barrels that we already have in reserve, the price, as soon as the oil went up, the price of gas spiked immediately. But when the oil reserves were released and then the price of the barrels went down, the price of gas it didn't move as fast down as it did up. And I mean, I thought that was a good point, but I never heard anyone follow up on it. I haven't heard. I ain't saying they didn't, but you know, when it's like this, ain't like when you can't do nothing about it, you gotta wonder why. At least try to get some understanding.
There's a good reason to go to war right here. Now I can understand this. There's a good reason to go to war here. Now. I'm all for this war here now.
I need to put on a ski mask, man.
Hey, let's go jack some more, man. I'm all for it. Send all my taxpayer dollars and I hold my dollars over there. Okay, let's go get the oil, jack the oil, get them prices down to $97. Okay. Listen, I'm voting for this war here. Yeah, go get. Let's get all that oil. Let's take over whatever countries we gotta take over.
Oh my
Let
gosh.
D-Boy.
Hey, now y'all saying y'all finna put that uniform back on.
Yeah, no, in my tax dollars now.
Yeah, hey.
It's always been your tax dollars.
Yeah, in my tax dollars now, man. So
That's wild.
hey, Antonio, man. So what we do, man, we do a weekly rant, man. So it's a 1 minute rant, whatever ticked you off for the week or whatever like made you happy for the week, and then you just get to talk about it for 1 minute.
Okay, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't really have too many frustrations for the week. I feel you on the gas thing though, man. No doubt, man. I travel so much, man. Gas is ridiculous, in town, man. I just try to live by the 25-40 rule, man. You don't put 25, I won't put 40. I ain't put no more, man. I'm telling you. That's my thing for is gas, man, depending on how far I'm gonna go, man.
25-40, man. Hey, so he Fred Taylor now, 55-50. 25-40 rule, man. Hey, we could have put it in there, man.
Only way they get more than 40 at me at one time, man. I got to show enough be going somewhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey,
No doubt, man.
It's that walk dog time. Now, walk dog, you got something for this week, man?
Oh man, gotta give a shout out to I guess YouTube sensational whatnot. 1.4 million viewers on his podcast or what he had. Kevin Samuels, and watched a few of his shows. I gotta admit, I caught on to it late. I missed the whole 3 years that he did with the men, and helping them figure out why they're having trouble finding a significant other. But I caught the tail end of him helping when he switched over and started helping the women figure out why they would have trouble finding a significant other, and that's when apparently he blew up. Everyone caught on to that. He had a podcast where people would call in and give their, declare their issues or whatnot they're having, and he would give them advice on why it's not working or what they need to do to make it work, or different things, and it's it's a big catastrophe in the comment section. You read the comments, you laugh, but then at the same time, it's awful because some of the people are actually celebrating the man's death. They're glad that he's gone, and they feel like he deserved it. And I think that's bad to do that with anyone, especially one of our brothers. And not to mention that these people did call. And if you didn't agree 100%, usually it had to do with his delivery. And if you ever watch Kevin Samuels, man, he was straight to the point, very direct. So, I enjoyed the entertainment. That's what I call it, entertainment. So shout out to Kevin Samuels, man.
Shout out to the OG Kevin Samuels. May he rest in peace. But I know some people saying may he rest in you know what. I forgot what movie that was, man. Oh, the one with Bernie Mac and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So man.
Was it?
Yeah, man.
So man.
Hey, man. They out there
Soul
on this
Man,
man,
yeah.
man. This
Soul
man
Man.
gone.
So man,
They
yeah.
are on him.
I just think there was a little bit of truth. It might, even if it hit you a certain way, the reason why most people were upset was because there was some truth to what he was saying. I'm just, and if you go back and listen to how he did the fellas, he did them the same way. Nobody took it personal. It didn't turn into this vitriol that we're seeing right now till it was on the female side. So they called in. It wasn't like he called them and was like, let me tell you about yourself.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So So RIP to Kevin Samuels. All right, fellas, who RVP for this week, man? RVP, man, real valuable people, man. Who got a nomination? Who nominated somebody? Ain't got no nominations out there this week.
No, man,
I think Antonio got one.
Oh yeah, you saw my mouth, huh, man?
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
I just want to put a shout out to all the youngsters, man, that's still striving to just achieve that education. You know what I'm saying? Like your goal of education, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully as far as you can go. But yeah, man, big ups to everybody trying to, get educated and, think for themselves,
Hey man, shout out. There's a lot of graduations going on. I had a graduation party today for a young man, great young man. Got some more next week, so I'm excited. It's an exciting time of the year, man. Right. They stepping out. I still remember when I graduated, I remember we're having what they call baccalaureate.
Right, that's it.
Yeah, okay. And so my aunt said something after. She was like, they just don't know they about to step out there with them sharks. And my at the time, my 17-year-old mind I had no clue of what she was talking about. Sharks. I ain't no sharks could walk. But that was my 17-year-old mind.
Now.
They got some land sharks.
Right. Got some land sharks. That was she was talking about, And so within 365 days, I found out what she was talking about. Less than that. They ain't playing no games, especially when you get the basic training. Wasn't no game played and people didn't care.
Right.
So all right, so shout out to my RVPs for the week. So, fella, we're gonna get into our topic, man. And our topic is, let me see if I can find it, man. So the name of this episode, man, is Corny Good Dudes. Corny Good Dudes. I don't know why good dudes gotta be corny, but that's what the mainstream said, man. Good dudes are corny, man. And so we're gonna look at a clip right here, and then we're gonna talk about this clip.
Yeah, Russell ain't had that bread, so he ain't gonna be with him. Russell Square. Russell Square. Sierra had she has a good situation, but you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson.
The thing is, I think that's what
you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson. Like, it's a type. Listen, bro, everybody got a type.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has a type. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square.
Shannon,
he's a fucking square.
Shannon, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want to get with goofballs.
Hold up.
Hey, man, shout out to the Pivot podcast, man. Them fellas doing their thing, man. So we borrowed that small segment from them, and we're going to talk about it here, man. We all in our early 40s, man. So the question is, fellas, man, why does a good dude have to be corny or a goofball, man?
What's the definition? What's the definition, man? What is the definition of goofball, corny?
So according to Channing, when he looks at Russell Wilson, clean cut, no tattoos, no goals in his mouth, he clean, got everything. He's considered to be a corny goofball. He was comparing him to Future. Okay. Future, he tatted up, he got goals, he got the long hair, he wears pants down, he more modern, he don't wear no suits, he talk a certain way, he more street culture.
Okay, so what is Channing? Is he a goof? Because it sounds to me that somebody's not recognizing the maturity. You know what I'm saying? Like as he matured, he turned from what he was when he was in his teens and 20s to who we see on the Pivot now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, old girl dated 50 Cent back in the day too. Is Future considered the cornball since you don't leave 50 Cent for Future? I'm just
Good
I'm just
question.
throwing questions.
That's a good question, man. You know, so
Right.
Tom, what's your take on it, man? What's your take on it? You know, you out here in these streets, man.
Yeah. Let me let me address what Mr. Mike P said first. So yeah, so I do tattoos, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I do tattoos out, everywhere, man, all the states, man, still working on getting all 50 states, man. But yeah, man, I say the image for the cornball, goofball, like P say, no tattoos, clean cut, whatnot. But man, really, man, you got more people goofball out here, like you say, wearing the new fashion. You know what I mean? The skinny jeans, the, whatever, got the do rag with the head, with everything on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, and I think that's more goofball though. You know what I mean? Just because they going on the stereotype of how we supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? So that's more, you know what I mean? That's more goofball unless you set a new trend, you know what I'm saying? Doing some back in the day 3000, you know what I mean? Coming out with whatever, you know what I mean? Setting a fashion, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that, coming out with new words that got value, then that's what it is. But you know what I mean? Like I say, that's probably more corny than anything, you know what I mean? Just cause it's about education. It ain't about, you know what I'm saying? Like today, to not be corny, it was almost like you have to be foolish. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Walk down.
Man, back in the day, I thought corny and goofball was the people who were trying to fit in with a certain group of folks, and they stood out because they didn't fit in. That's what I thought it was, and I guess nowadays, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're making a living, no matter how successful you are, staying out of trouble, no, not too many bad headlines or whatnot, but I guess you're square, like this, like y'all were saying, clean cut, no tattoos. You're not taking too many risk, with the going against the, no taboo type risk, going against society. I mean, sticking with society and I guess what everyone deems to be a good guy, goody two shoes or whatever. That's what it's looking like.
So is it bad to be a good guy? Cause we all know, like good guys, a lot of time they finish last when it comes to females, and then later in life, then they want them good guys.
Right.
Right.
So I used to have this thing, and I'm gonna put it out there for all the young cats, right? If I was gonna date a young lady, if I call them doormats, right? If there was more than 2 shoes at the doormat, there was gonna be nothing long term with me. Now, what mean 2 shoes? Them her shoes and her kid shoes. That's one. If it was 4 or 5 other shoes that were laying there, then I knew I had to deal with 4 or 5 more personalities. And I just didn't want to deal with that, And then I would be told, oh, you corny, this and that. But I was just speaking my truth,
Right.
Because I knew what my value was and what I'm bringing to the table. So I would always say, I'm LeBron James, first round draft pick. Michael Jordan was a 3rd round draft pick. That went over some people's heads, right? Yeah, And so, but even if you look at LeBron, and I'm turning this into a basketball thing. you know, people would say, well, man, he's corny. You know, he didn't do what Jordan did, or he didn't do what Barkley or Shaq or them guys did back in the day.
But
You know,
Jordan was a clean cut guy.
well, in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, we all know, you know, he wasn't that.
That's the majority of these guys on TV. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, listen, he's talking about other TV shows, not this one.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I would, if we could get the women to respond. I wonder if some of these things, what they consider to be a corny guy, whatnot, do they think that has anything to do with whether that man can provide or, you know, be protective? Do they find more security in, you know, what they consider a bad boy, bad guy, whatever? And that, I don't know, maybe this so-called good guy, corny guy is a pushover, or what? You know, most of what we do as guys usually has to do with the opposite sex anyway, or standing out over the same sex. You know, trying to, you know, our competition on alpha male and such.
Right. Yeah, I think like Walt's saying, man. Yeah, Walt. Yeah, you kind of hit it on the head, man. The corny guy will be the pushover. Right. That's the main thing. No matter what the situation is, you know, the corny guy will be the pushover if he didn't get the guy that don't get chosen. You know, like say somebody trying to be like a group and they stand out because they're not like the group. A corny guy, a non-athletic person trying to be a jock, you know, doing what a jock do, but you know, you can't lift no weights, you ain't running no ball, shoot no ball, you know, what you doing, and you're not cool, you know, nobody like you, you know, corny. So, you know, I think that still kind of stand, you know, for being corny, you know, but like I said, so many different levels, man, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, but in that clip, he never said, he just said corny, and then you sitting there, you thinking about Russell Wilson, like, okay, what's corny? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's taking care of his kids, he's taking care of his wife. There's another child involved that's not his. He's making sure that child is good. He's a responsible person. Like, what part of him?
Yeah, I just say that's probably the corny part. You know, which really not, you know what I mean? Being that you're with the woman, it don't makes it right, you know?
Right.
And that's probably what Shannon is doing now as a father, as a husband. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm confused. I wish he could have just said describe what was corny about Russell Wilson.
Right. Maybe he might be just talking about his clothes, man. You know, maybe just talking about his clothes, you know, but me, I think that clean, man. That's you know, them 3-piece suits, man.
I can't do
right.
Yeah, that clean up, man. You know, but you know, so how do we as men change, or can we change the perception, you know, of a good dude not being corny? And that's exactly what he is. He's a good dude.
I think doing what Russell's doing right now is the way. Chief, somebody janking you has been going on since I was younger. I don't think it's going nowhere. And from watching these old black exploitation movies, it's been going on since then. There's gonna always be some brother gonna jank you about. So what Russell's doing now and a lot of other so-called corny dudes is they not peons, they leaders. They like, hey, because who wouldn't want Russell Wilson money? Who wouldn't want that type of success? Who wouldn't want that notoriety? I mean, he's not gonna pay them or us or anyone else any mind, you know, with what he got going on. I don't think it's enough that we can do or say to stop that brother. Corny or whatever you want to call him. I think just people watching is noticing that, watching that guy notice that, hey, you know, people gonna say things, people gonna jank or whatever. Just keep doing you, keep doing your thing.
Right, right. You know, I got a young man that I'm coaching right now, and he's a good young guy, but he been in the streets his whole life, but that's not what he wants. Like he wants to. He's like, hey man, I seen this image, and this is what I want my new image to be. We have a conversation. I said, well, then just change it.
Mhm.
He was like, "Is that easy?" I said, "It's that easy."
Yep.
I said, "Just change it. If that's the image you want to be, then go out and buy those clothes, shape your hair up like that, or not." I said, "But just go and that's your new image." And then I said, "What'll happen is that if that's your new image," I said, "then what goes along with that?" You know. And so we sat down and we looked at what goes along with it. And now, maybe 45 days later, the young man has transitioned himself into the image that he wanted to be. You know, now he got a job. His future, we talking about 45 days. He got a job. He's still in school, getting better grades. He wasn't on the path to graduate. Now he is. You know, his future like just turned in less than 45 days. But it was a decision that he made. Now, his buddies that he used to run with, they would say that, man, he corny. But now he's just a good dude.
Right.
You know? And so we gotta quit, just my opinion, when guys, you know, they used to live a certain way and now they live this way, you know, we gotta quit attacking them because we're attacking each other.
Right.
You know, and that's what he wanted to do. This group over here shouldn't attack him for it. They should respect him for it. But that's just my take on it.
Right, because I mean, they should recognize that even though he's changed, that beast is still in there.
Still there.
You do not,
Still there.
do not want to meet that mug.
And you know what? And I'm glad you said that. So with the beast still being there, we had to figure out new avenues for him to be able to get that out. You know, so now you can't just go do this over here no more. Now you got to do it over here. Okay. So I told him, you get this right, you get this right. You gonna play football. Now you can legally, it's legally to get all that pent up, what you got in there, to get it out. It's legal. You know. And so, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, man.
But I think you guys hit it right on the head, that pushover. So that young man you described, that's probably the best way to be. You want to have that beast in there, but you don't want to have to use it.
Like
You know what I'm
they
saying?
say it's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener at war.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think the messed up part about it is that you got a lot of peer pressure out here. So the same young man Mike be talking about, you know, could have started his transition into being internally better, and then you know, could allow the pressure of other people or partners he hung out with. Oh man, you doing this and doing that, and that talk will take you off that path. You know, you get a lot of, you know, young men and women that's on that good path, and next thing you know, they allowing whatever they seeing or viewing or hearing take them back up. Now they, you know, the same young man could have, well, I'm on this path to be better, and you know, taking that little pressure or whatever, female talk, even parents and whatnot, putting negativity on him. Man, he gonna do something crazy, not jammed up, now you're in jail. You know, and then now was that corny or was he being real? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Was he real when he did that, or was that a corny move? Now you can just say, oh, he was doing this and I thought he was better. And next he flipped, you know. So
trying to keep it real.
Trying to keep it real, you know. Trying to keep it real.
Will Smith. Yeah. Oh, my bad.
That's right.
Hey, you know what? We should create a segment when trying to keep it real goes wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. We ain't got enough squares on here for that.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
We're trying to keep it real go wrong, man. That's not gonna be our new segment.
I'm good. I don't want Chappelle coming looking for me. I seen
Right.
what he did to that dude on the stage.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man.
Don't give him out.
He was trying to keep it real, trying to be like Will Smith.
Hey, I just want to say one more thing, man, about this topic. We was but it's why I just want to say, like P said, we've been knowing each other over 30 years, man, and you know, P did the same thing, man. Exactly what he said, he did it. You know what I mean? Like one day he just came over and he was like, man, I'm gonna just start wearing suits. I'm gonna just start getting nice clothes, man. I'm gonna stop wearing basketball shorts. I'm gonna just stop doing that. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, why? He's like, man, I always like suits. I always like this. And that's how I'm gonna be, man. He was talking about how he was talking to these other guys, you know, that had bread and what they was wearing and how they talked and whatnot. And he was like, man, and they weren't no criminals, you know what I mean? Now, you know, as far as we know, you know, it wasn't no street criminal, you know, but you know, just people in a higher standard, you know, for us working and whatnot. And he was like, man, I'm gonna do that. So it wasn't even a couple of days, man. I think, you know, and see him with a shirt, got a shirt tucked in the next day, you know, it's like, all right. You know, and it's crazy because like the same stuff he wore just a few days ago, he just tucked his shirt in. You know, I mean, he ain't have to go spend no money. You already got the clothes. You just tucked the shirt in, like, okay. And then once you get a little bread, then you know, I can get me a nicer shirt or I can get me some nicer pants. Then, and that was it, man. He just started investing instead of sneakers. He invested in loafers, man. You know, and made the transition. And what's crazy about it, it's almost like without anything changing, like financially. Like he didn't have to change financial or fake it till he made it. He just, in a sense, he just tucked the shirt in, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like overnight. Like went from being a man on a path with a vision to the next day, like made that change. Like I'm gonna make the vision, like almost like before it even start. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. You know. Right. So yeah, man. I just want to say big ups to Mike P too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, man.
For knowing that.
Yeah. Hey, and Tone saw it from the beginning, man. Like he saw it from the beginning. Cause I don't know if you remember, I just told the story today when I kidnapped you and Richard.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So this how you know, and I tell kids this how you know if people down with you. When you call them up and say, hey man, I need you to ride with me. And you don't tell them nothing else, and they jump in the car with you. And so I called Tone. I said, hey man, I need you to ride with me. He said, bet. I went by and picked him up. Didn't say nothing to him. He got in the car. He said, where we going? I ain't say nothing. Went by, picked up my homeboy Richard. Now Richard got in the truck. He got on flip-flops. He got on holy jeans. And he got on a tank top that's ripped.
Yeah.
You know, and he said, P, where we going? I ain't say nothing. He said, oh, we about to go get somebody, boy. We about to go get somebody.
That's what it felt like.
We ride a whole hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember saying nothing to y'all that whole hour. And then when we get to where we got to, I pulled up at the church. And them two went crazy. They were like, what? You bringing us to church?
I was blown.
You know, but I was making that transition. And I want to see, you know, these guys ride with me. I want to let them know, hey, this is the direction I'm about to go into. Right. And I'm serious about it, you know. Yeah. And I ain't forcing y'all. I'm just letting y'all know this is the direction I'm about to go into, you know. But Tone was with me, man. When we went to Atlanta, Mr. Dunny Glover, shout out to Mr. Dunny Glover. We went to a meeting. And the guy said, "Well, who y'all with?" I said, "Mr. Donnie Glover sent me." He said, "Oh, y'all must be like royalty. Sit anywhere y'all want to sit to. You couldn't sit on the front row unless you were making $100,000. Me and Tom sat on the front row. Wasn't even close to making $100,000.
Right.
So, and all them guys, street guys would call them, say, man, they corny and they goofballs and this and that, man. But them guys, they were not only just taking care of their family, they was also taking care of their communities.
Right.
And so I learned a lot from them. Yeah, man. So yeah, Tone saw it from the beginning, man. And so, and then, vice versa, him starting his business, Outlaw Inc. We want to give a shout out to Outlaw Inc. So if you need tattoos, you still do piercings?
No doubt.
Yeah, tattoos, piercing, man. Listen, Outlaw Inc. Paintings. Check out Outlaw Inc.
No doubt.
So let me ask you this right here. So Tom, since we got you on here, right?
All right.
All of us been in the military, right?
Right.
So what would be your best and worst duty station?
Man,
I'm coming to you last, man, because you don't have the most out of all of us. Give you a little bit more time.
I'm good. I got mine off top of the head.
Man, I can't tell no story, man. I would have to say my military experience was awesome. But man, I can't lie. I appreciate all of them was bad, man, really, because we trained too much, you know what I mean? It was like every day, never no break, especially Colorado, man. That was like 365 real soldiering. And no lie, I think all Benny, man, when I got in the guard, man, just because I was so used to being a soldier every day. Right. When I got to Albany to the guard, it was like, man, this is what y'all been doing. Y'all ain't soldiers, man. We soldiering, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was more like play, man. I don't know, the guard, but you know what I mean? But that was it, man. Either soldier 24/7, man, or not at all. I say, believe it or not, and then transitioning to out here, soldier every day, man. Still like you guys, you know what I'm saying? This soldiering, you know what I mean? Now we just life soldiering, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Amen. Amen. Wow, what you got, man?
I say the worst. At all my duty stations, man, I made the most of it. Even in Korea, I was in Camp Hovey in Korea, right outside Tongashong. I made the most out of that. So, so the least favorite would probably, I'd say St. Roberts, man. Over there, Fort Leonard Wood. Yeah, Fort Leonard Wood.
You said it right, lost in the wood.
So it's not me. I lost it.
Yeah, I've been out there with St. Roberts.
Yeah, I mean, but if I was to tell you about it, I made things work.
You almost slipped.
It was harder, yeah. I made some things work. I made some folks cover it.
Yeah.
So you made 5 lows.
Oh man, I did the best I could because you had your outside life, you had your army life, and what would make my army life so difficult was the weather and nature. Bugs and include mosquitoes and gnats. Yeah, that made training hard. And CS gas. Yeah.
Man, hey, I kind of liked that CS gas, man. I kind of liked it, man. The whole time I was in, and when we went to the NBC chamber, I never got a cold. I never got sick.
Cleared all of it out.
It cleared all of it out, man. And look, for a couple of years when I got out, I used to do the mace.
Yeah.
Do the mace in the bowl, man. Clear everything out. Pepper spray in the bowl, clear everything out, man. Well,
Hey,
I went for years, never
Hey,
got
what's
sick.
your percentage? that mom about to go up.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Go
need to
back
take
to
them little video.
110.
Your percentage about to go up, bro.
Got to go up. Just
Yes, sir. What? You just sniffing mace? Okay. Go ahead and put the percentage up. Go ahead and put that up. We need to hook him up. Go ahead.
That's funny, man.
Let's see. Mine. I lost my thing. Mine was. I only went to 3.
Okay.
Fort Jackson, Fort Lee. Fort Lee was my favorite. It ain't even close, man. Fort Lee, AIT. I had a blast. You know, and I'll probably say Jackson. Jackson was my worst. Nah. Yeah, Jackson probably the least. I go with Walt because all of them was good. You know, when I got to Carson, I had to learn how to be a soldier, learn how to take orders because I ain't like nobody telling me what to do. You know, we talked about wall-to-wall counseling. I was one of them guys that was looking for it. Yeah, I'd sign me up. Wall-to-wall. Yeah, sign me up. Yeah, you can sign me. Today one of them days. Let go ahead. Let's go ahead and do the wall-to-wall. Don't even put it on paper. Sign me up.
Right.
When that time we're doing wall-to-wall counseling, Sergeant, this, you know, until Sergeant Player got there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time.
Hey, everybody else got it, man. When he came in, I said, man, this joker done blocked the sun.
Blot out the sun, didn't it?
You know, the first 2 weeks that he got there, every day I was trying to figure out a way how I could beat him.
Gotta do some guerrilla tactics, hit and run tactics.
Hey, what do you say? He said his last name Coffee, just not spelled the same, bro. That's all.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man,
that was a monster right there.
And then him and I, man, we used to play basketball, football. You know, they remember we had some battles, man. Like, you know,
you and Gross too. You got Gross before.
Oh yeah. I
locked him up.
Shout out Sean Gross. I used to throw him around like a little rad dog.
He's gonna get back on the show. He might snatch your Kevlar off this time.
Oh man, you know, but I wasn't when I was in. Man, I don't think I was wired all the way correctly, man. Like some was just a little bit off, you know. But all right, Jay, man, what's yours, man? Cause you done been to like 30 different places, man.
I ain't been to no 30 now. I'll say, damn, what's it?
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, we all echoing. I'll say Fort Polk was the worst. Fort Polk, Louisiana was the worst. There wasn't nothing much out there to do. I was only there for MTT. I wasn't stationed there. I went down there. We trained soldiers. I felt so bad for the soldiers there. I was like, what are y'all? There's nothing out there. It was pretty bad. I don't know if I would have been stationed there. I guess I would have made it work, but I would want to test it. Just put it that way. I wouldn't want to test it out. The best, I think it's a tie. I would go with Fort Carson, of course. I guess just after I got used to Fort Carson and how the system works and how the Army works and how to play the game, that was a good dude station. And then Fort Benning, Georgia, because it's, you know, it's where I'm at now. So parts unknown is Fort Benning, Georgia. So yeah.
Let me help you out. Man. So he in my state.
You walk.
Getting down there with them dogs.
Mhm.
Oh, let me hit you with another one. The most ever.
Most ever. Well, y'all
Most
beat
ever.
LSU. It was LSU before y'all, wasn't
Yep, LSU was before us. Most ever.
it?
There you go. Most defenders in the first 3 rounds ever. Most defenders in the first round ever. Tied most number 1 overall picks ever. I'm sorry. Back to the show again.
He said,
Back to the show. He said Georgia, you know. So.
Anyway, so yeah, Fort Benning. Just made it my home. It's beautiful out here. Got them world champion Georgia Bulldogs right down the street. So yeah, it's a great place to be, man. So those two would be my 2 favorites.
Okay. All right. Look like we got something going now. All right, so look, we go into Sergeant's time with Sergeant First Class Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just would like to talking to the veterans. I know a couple of weeks as we've been going through this Sergeant's time, we've been looking at, transitioning from the military, what you're doing in the military, maybe transition to another career as far as not doing the same thing that you were doing and essentially changing your MOS as a civilian. With that said, I would like to throw in that advice about getting a mentor. I wish I would have tried to find a mentor while I was in the military, but that's another story for another time. With that being said, there are all kinds of organizations out here that will offer mentorship. So we have American Corporate Partners, where you can hook up with those guys, and somebody in the career field that you're trying to get into or that you already have experience in can guide you, kind of give you advice of the do's and don'ts while you're out here in the civilian world. There's another organization called Veterati that also offers the same thing as far as mentorship goes. And in that way, you don't have to feel like you're trying to figure it out or rewrite or reinvent the wheel as you're transitioning from military service into the civilian world. So if you're looking to stay in the same field that you were in, or if you're looking to try something different, they have a whole host of veterans out there that's willing to be your mentor, that have already walked, in your shoes and headed down that path, and they can kind of lead you in the right direction. So I just wanted to put that out there so that as you transition and know you got your plan and all that good stuff. But it always is great to have somebody that's already been there and done that, to kind of guide you, kind of point you in the right direction as you're transitioning out and just getting used to this civilian life as opposed to being a soldier. So just wanted to throw that piece of advice out there. You can find those guys online amongst a whole host of other veteran organizations that are willing to help. Matter of fact, if you want to be a mentor in one of those organizations, they have that as an opportunity as well. So I just wanted to shoot that little piece of advice out to you veterans that are currently or getting ready to transition from the military. And that's all I got.
All right, Jay, man, we definitely appreciate you for blessing us with that information right there. As you can see down below, American Corporate Partners, and what was the other one?
Veterati.
Veterati. How do you spell Veterati?
I'll send it to you later. I know I'm probably not pronouncing it right, so I'll shoot it and then we can put it on the next one, or we can put it in the description.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work. So we'll keep that up there so everybody can see it. Yep, America Corporate Partners. All right. So we definitely want to thank you for that information. And you all know, man, you know, we coming to a close, you know, so we're gonna get our final words. Walt Dog, what you got for us, man?
Man, just want to send out my condolences to the family up there in Buffalo, New York. Tragic situation up there with the I know 10 people were hit and 3 more injured by a shooter with a racist rage. I don't know, maybe it's time for another show, but just want to give my condolences for families.
Cool. What you got, Jay?
Hey, sorry about that. What I got is, hey, like we talked about earlier, I just wish the Samuels family condolences. I'm grateful that I got to see one of my brothers from back in the day. Antonio, it was great to see you again, have you on the show. And man, I'm just happy to be here, man. It's all good. It's all good.
All right, Tone, what you got for us, man? What you got?
All right, man. Hey, one, I appreciate being on your show, man. It was all love. See everybody again, man. That's real, man. We got to link up for real, though, you know. And what y'all doing, man? Like, you know, that transition from military life to civilian life can be hard for some us, I'll say, because it took me a while at first to get transition to civilian life, going straight out of high school and come back as a grown man, not knowing, you know, the rules to civilian life, kind of. But, you know, good thing, man. You know, anybody helping Willis help a soldier, you know, I'm all for it. Also, you know, just keep going, man. You know, everybody, you know, stay positive, man. You know, people getting hurt, people getting, you know, man, I went to California recently. A lot of children being kidnapped and hurting the children, man. The children are the future, man. Real rap, man. Not to sound like corny, you know what I mean? But real talk, man. You know, I got so many children, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can't do nothing but support it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, keep doing good, man, everybody. You know what I mean? Like I said, again, appreciate the love, man, the shout out. You know what I mean? For real.
Right.
I don't know why it's like that. You know. Yeah. But yeah, man, we want to thank everybody for coming on. Tone, man, appreciate you for coming on, man. This been a whole year in the making. You know, finally got him on, man. You know, so look, you know, like these my 3 partners, man. Like up and down and all around. These my 3 partners. You know, so this my team. You know, and you know, y'all done seen Eric Watt, you done seen Alex, you saw Michael Smart. You know, we just gonna keep bringing more people on, man. Saw my guy DJ, man. Like we just gonna keep this thing rolling, man, cranking it up, and we're going even higher. So shout out, God bless you, and we love you. And now y'all finna
Hit
get
that like button.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go. Hard work. Work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work. 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 That's what we say. Hard work. 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 Earn what pay. Hard work. Hard work. Do it every day. Hard work. Work. Get up out of 2:45. Hard work. Work. To go and earn my pay. Hard work. Work. Boots on and lace them up. Hard work. Work. Another day to work. Hard work. Hard work. That's what we say. Hard work. Hard work.